And 6 months later, despite the media's feverish enthusiasm for MOOCs, I remain a skeptic. So these remarks will pose the question, MOOCs, what lies beyond the trough of disillusionment? Now, the flock of institutions that have followed MIT down the MOOCs route have not shown the same level of strategic thinking. For most, it seems to be opportunism, Me Tooism, or merely confusion about what online learning is. There is a herd instinct here, and since the subject is MOOCs, cows are more appropriately onomatopoeic than sheep. So, MOOCs, what lies beyond the trough of disillusionment? The second and more important question is, will most universities decide to offer MOOCs? Is this a must-have technology for universities as mobile phones are for people? And that brings me to the hype cycle. To judge by the number of invitations that I receive about MOOCs, we are now sitting on the peak of inflated expectations. My friend and fellow panelists who will be talking in a moment forecast that we shall sit on this peak for the rest of 2013 before sliding into the trough of disillusionment as evaluations come in and even the institutions with the deepest pockets begin to ask what MOOCs are doing for their bottom line. The important questions are, how will the slope of enlightenment lead us out of the trough, and what a plateau of productivity for MOOCs will look like? As regards the technology adoption cycle, we have seen a steady rise in the adoption of online teaching. It has been slow, and many online courses have been mediocre, but there have been few hiccups or retreats, and certainly no chasm. And in his yearly survey of the scene, Professor Tony Bates considers that this is the year when online learning comes of age. And this maturation is helped along by the likelihood that nearly all institutions will gradually move much of their regular teaching online, either as purely online courses or as a hybrid of face-to-face and online. Why will they do this? 4 important reasons are that the student body is changing, that students are choosing online in ever larger numbers, and that institutions threatened by reduced state grants and the bursting of the tuition fees bubble simply must get their costs down. And finally, and most importantly, as we were hearing from Sanjay just now, when we finally master it, online learning may prove more effective than lecturing. The key to getting a degree from elite institutions, and I went to 2 of them, is to get admitted. Call it a system of difficult in, easy out. For such institutions to adopt the opposite open university principle, easy in, difficult out, and to get serious about helping large numbers of their MOOC students to get credit would require a tremendous paradigm shift. And I conclude that offering MOOCs is not the best route to developing an institutional strategy to offer regular degree programs online with student support and assessment for credit. That is a separate challenge and must be tackled as such. MOOCs will not bring you to that destination. So, my title was MOOCs, What Lies Beyond the Trough of Disillusionment. My hope is that we can climb the slope of enlightenment in online learning and reach a plateau of productivity. When we get there, millions of students all over the world will be highly satisfied with their online degree programs, and moreover, institutions will have stopped complaining about lack of resources because they will once again have a viable business model. Thank you very much.